my name is Jordan and welcome to Genie. Today we're going to be talking about our top 10 mostly recently played games. So we like doing these like every few months or so because we love talking about the games that we played recently, whether it's a game that we never played before or the ones that we love that we haven't played in a long time and we just like talking about them. So I have my top 10 list here, so let's get to the list. So the number 10 on our list is Thanos Rising, which is a Marvel game where you're going against Thanos and you make up teams of different characters to try to stop Thanos from collecting the Infinity Stones, or just be in general. This is a cooperative game. Kevin and I love playing that game. We played it with my family recently, and and of course we love the game. And we almost lost from my knowledge. We almost lost, but we did beat Thanos in time before he collected the 6th Infinity Stone, or 5th one, I can't remember, but it was a lot of fun, and yeah, Kevin said the last Infinity Stone, so, yeah, we haven't featured this game on the channel yet. We're still trying to figure it out because the figure of Thanos is this tall, and we're trying to figure out the camera angles so we can show you the board and the figure, so we will feature on the channel soon, but we don't know exactly when, but we still definitely recommend it to anybody who loves Thanos Rising or just any games that's a cooperative game in general. The number 9 on our list is Disney's Villainous. We got to play more than 6 players because with the expansions you can create it into a party game because with the main core set of Disney's Villainous and the expansions, it's easily a party game. And we got Disney's the latest expansion, Despicable Plots, which was a lot of fun, and we do recommend it, and which features Gaston. I played Gaston, and Kevin played as the Horned King, and Kevin's dad has played as Lady Tremaine. And we were surprised that he won as Lady Tremaine because she was, from what we've heard, she's the most difficult out of the 3 of them from that expansion. But it was very interesting for someone who has played Villainous a bunch of times, like me and Kevin, and trying to figure out how to win as Lady Tremaine. And of course, Kevin and I had an engagement party last month, and we actually got to play with the main core set and with the other expansions before Despicable Plots came out. It was a lot of fun, and it was so, it was very hard at the same time just because you're trying to focus on who's ahead of the game, they're close to winning, or just trying to figure out who you should play a fake card next for everybody. But it was still a lot of fun, and we do love Disney's Villainous so much that we've played it with my family yesterday, by the day that we're filming this video, and it was a lot of fun. I played the Queen of Hearts, and Kevin played as Ursula. I almost forgot about who he played as. We've never played those characters before, so it was a challenge for us, but I honestly had a lot of fun with the Queen of Hearts. I actually really starting to understand some of the villains from that game before, but Disney's Villainous is a lot of fun. It's definitely a game for fans of Disney. So the next recently game that we played that's number 8 on our list is Ticket to Ride, but with the Europe map. So this is similar to the original Ticket to Ride with the US map, but this one is with the Europe map, but the twist is they have tunnels, so you have to draw extra train cards to accomplish them. That's the additional rules to the Europe map, but it was still a lot of fun. It was the second time I played it with that map. The first time I really had a difficult time, but I gave it another chance, and of course, it was a lot of fun, and Kevin and I just wanted to play a board game when it's just me and him, because a lot of times it's very hard for us to play a game together, especially when we're only playing games for gameplay videos, but it was still a lot of fun, and I do recommend it for people who, of course, for the ones who are beginners to the board game hobby, I do recommend the original Ticket to Ride game, but if you're the ones who have played Ticket to Ride before, but you want a more of a challenge, I do recommend Ticket to Ride Europe. The number 7 board game that we've recently played on our list is Elderstein. Of course, we'll link all of the how to play videos down below that we have featured on the channels. Elderstein was the very first how to play video that we've ever teached on the channel, and Kevin and I just haven't played it for maybe a year or two, and we just want to play it. We played against Not Yig, Hester, I believe, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know why with a lot of monsters are like up in advanced levels. Sometimes they're easy with 2 players, but we haven't tried it out with other monsters with Elderstein, and we just definitely, it's one of our favorite games. That was the first game that I think Kevin and his dad has taught me, and I do really like Elderstein, and it's one of my favorite cooperative board games that I ever played, just because it's the players are trying to collect all the Eldersteins before the Asian one wakes up. That's the whole point of the game, and I do recommend it, especially like if you really like a lot of just mystery elements or just players versus the game kind of game. So yeah. Coming on number 6 on our list is Everdale, and we have played it. I'm trying to remember. We did play it with the Pro Rug expansion, which was the first. I think it's the first time that I played it. I'm not sure if Kevin and his dad has played it before, but it was really fun. You get to play as different woodland creatures to collect different sources to build construction and gather up critters along with them. It's basically like you're building your own village with forest animals. That's like describe Everdale, and I really love the game. I got it for Christmas actually a few years ago, and it was the collector's edition, which I love just because I feel like it's just special to get something that is like an exclusive edition kind of sort of thing, and I do really recommend it to anybody who likes woodland creatures or just want to try out a game that you haven't played before, or just a source gathering game in general. The number 5 game on our list is Wingspan. We haven't featured this game on the channel before, but it's basically you're just collecting birds to just basically collect birds in a game, because you're like a bird watcher and you're trying to collect like certain goals on certain birds that you're trying to collect into your collection. That's all I can describe Wingspan. We played it. Kevin and I have played it on the computer, the digital version. Boy, that game was below difficult, because like I'm trying to play like say I want to play a bird or lay eggs. I have to click on the thing to do that, and I did have a lot of fun with it. It's just that's the difficult part of the digital version of Wingspan, but I really like it because you actually get to see the birds come to life. That's why I also like about it. And they also played the bird sounds from that specific bird when you're playing it, which is also cool, but we kind of play it with no sound for some reason, but it was very cool to play, and I do like Wingspan, and it's just a very unique game, and we got an expansion for it for Kevin's dad for Christmas, that we played it with the expansion, and it was also a lot of fun to see all different species of birds, and I do really love the artwork of the game. So the next game on our top 10 list on number 4 is the game. Yes, we're not kidding. There is a card game called The Game. I can't stop laughing just because people will be like, seriously, what is the game called? And we say The Game. Basically, you have like 4 cards. 2 has on the number 1s, and the other 2 has the 100s. And you're trying to do is like you either, and it's like almost like a math game to me. That's how I describe it. It's like you're trying to play cards that is like a little like next highest after the 1 or the next lowest with the 100. It's pretty quick and easy, but Kevin and I have like lost twice when we played it just because we couldn't match up with the numbers, but I still have fun with it just because it's like, I think it's very a game I would recommend to people who love math just because that's all I could describe the game, and yeah, it's really a lot of fun, and again, I would recommend that game to people who are into math. Coming at number 3 is Big Trouble in Little China Legendary. So this is kind of similar with Marvel Legendary, which Kevin and I have played a bunch of times, but Kevin's dad got it at random just because he and Kevin have been watching the movie. I saw some clips of it, and it did look really cool, and after playing the game, I was like, this is very different with Marvel Legendary. It's like, it's similar because you get to collect, it's a deck building game where you collect characters to beat the main villain of the game, but there was also a little twist to it. It's really hard to describe because it's a different format of Legendary that Kevin and I have played, but I did have fun with it, even though it's like with a movie that I have little knowledge of, but it was still a lot of fun, especially when it's a deck building game, and Kevin and I do love Legendary in general. Coming down number 2 is the Princess Bride Adventure book game. I got this for Christmas this year, back in 2020, I should say, and I did not know this game exists. Basically, it's a cooperative game where you try to get to the next chapter of the book, basically, and we did not know what to expect from the game because it's very challenging because you have like different steps that you have to follow before you go to the next chapter, and then you're trying to get the grandson from the movie more interested in the story. That's another challenging part. It's a lot of fun. It's just when Kevin and I first played it, and his dad, obviously, we found the first chapter very, very challenging. We did not expect how challenging the first chapter was, because usually it's like video games. You basically just go to the first level, which is very easy. You can just get through that quickly and then go to the next level, and then the levels advance. But that first chapter, we almost had to start over when we played the first chapter. But it was still a lot of fun, and you're not the first player in every round, because each chapter you get, like, say, the last person who saw a rodent, for example, you're the first player. And each chapter has different rules for who's the first player, which I do like, because you're not the first player always throughout the game. So it's a lot of fun, and I do recommend it if you're a fan of The Princess Bride. And for me, I love the game, not just because I'm a fan of The Princess Bride, but it's also a storytelling game. Coming on number 1 game that we recently played is Fox in the Forest. So with this game, it's a 2-player game, and it doesn't have it's only a 2-player game. We wish you can play it with more than 2, but basically it's almost like you're playing a deck of cards of war. That's all I can describe it, because you have different suits, and you have to match the cards with that suit, or you would trade cards with a different suit. That's all I can describe from Fox in the Forest. It's a lot of fun, especially when you just want to play a quick 2-player game with another person while you're like waiting for or something like that. It's a lot of fun, especially like if you like want to just play a quick game or like play a game that's like playing a card game with just a deck of playing cards. I do recommend it as well. So that is it with our top 10 list, and if you want to see more of them, click that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever we post new videos. Also, give us a thumbs up and comment down below what games that you played recently, and be on the lookout for the next top 10 list. But until then, thanks for the views.